What is vocal register? What do you think is vocal register? Or have you ever come across the word vocal register? Yes.
From my knowledge, I think vocal register has to do with the different levels at which sounds are being produced, which ranges from the low register, which is downward the chest, and how the voice sound. So it's all about how the voice sound from different levels or areas within the human body.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much for that beautiful response. Now, vocal registers are ranges of tones produced by vibratory patterns of your vocal folds. Just like he said, different ranges in which we produce sounds. That is vocal register. But now, in the real terms, what it actually means is that these ranges are being produced by vibratory patterns. That is, your vocal fold has a pattern in which it vibrates to form a particular register. And that is why my chest voice register and your chest voice register will have the same vibratory pattern, but it may not fall in the same range. So maybe let's say my chest voice register starts from C4 to C5. That's where my chest voice register is. And you may do your test. Let's say you are a baritone singer. Your own chest voice starts from something like G, maybe a baritone or maybe a bass. Maybe your own starts from G2 or maybe A2 to E5, sorry, E4 or E3. Maybe that's where your own chest register falls. But the thing that will be similar, that people will say this is his chest register and this is her chest register, is because of the kind of vibration pattern that occurs during the time we are producing it in our vocal fold. You know, you can also call vocal fold vocal cord. Now we have different types of vocal registers. We have the modal voice, which is your speaking voice. We have the vocal fry. We have the falsetto. We have the whistle register. And we have the head register. Don't worry, we're going to explain every one of them. Vocal registers start in your laryngeal functions. Okay, now these vibratory vocal patterns are found in a particular range of pitch and they produce characteristic sounds. Like for instance, if you look at your guitar strings have low notes on thicker strings than high notes. The same thing, your larynx, because your larynx has the ability to change the edges of the vocal vibrating folds for a singer to sound low, to sound high, to sound loud, to sound soft, to sound flute-like, to sound bird-like, to sound silvery. Okay, so that is the trick of understanding your register. Now we have different classes of vocal register. I'll start from the vocal fry. The vocal fry is the lowest of all these registers. It is caused by a loose glottal closure, which allows air to bubble with a rattling sound at a low frequency. And you can use your vocal fry to therapeutically improve your chest voice, especially if you are always used to singing on your head voice and you don't like it. Maybe in some songs you want to just use your chest voice, especially these people who have trained so classically that they now want to sing normal praise and worship song and they can't because they have so much improved their head voice that they don't even know how to use their chest voice. So you can go into your vocal fry. Vocal fry is the lowest your voice can ever go. Your vocal fry is not commonly used, but some male quartet pieces and folk songs, the chest or modal register. Now, once you have used your vocal fry, you can use it. You know, we have male quartet pieces where you have male singers singing. They don't usually use their vocal fry, even in folk songs. But some folk songs make use of vocal fry. Some rock songs make use of vocal fry. Some people even use it as a technique to spice up their singing. So for instance, I was explaining something to the level 4 students in their week 1, like when you have a song like wise men say only fools rush in. Now let's say you want to spice that song with your vocal fry. You'll be having something like wise man say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. You can use it as just a tip to make your sound interesting and make people captivated to your singing. Okay, so it's a good one to understand your vocal fry, understand where your vocal fry is going, where your vocal fry is coming from. Next register we have is the chest or modal register. This relates to your speaking voice, the way you speak. And this is something I use for many classical singers who have this problem of trying to sing contemporary and they can't. I just tell you, okay, just try to say that word. So you're always used to singing, and you can't do it as so just do it like you're speaking and speak. So when singing in this register, your pitch is rising, then your vocal folds will stretch and lengthen. The edges of your vocal fold become thinner and there will be tension that would arise. Now, it is the thicker and heavier sound you make in the lower part of your vocals. It makes vibrations in your chest. That is why they call it the chest register. You would feel vibrations more in your chest when you are producing this register. Remember I told you in the beginning that vocal registers refer to, it's defined by the pattern of vibration in your vocal folds. That is what will tell you that this is a vocal fry or this is a chest register. So at this point for chest register, you feel the vibrations more in your chest. So you'll be having something like, we just wanna say Baba, oh. You can place your hand and feel it. Ashe, we just wanna say, if I'm to speak it, we just wanna say Baba, oh, Ashe, and then sing, I just wanna say Baba, oh, Ashe, I just wanna say Baba, oh, Ashe. So when you have consistent vocal exercising, okay, you keep exercising your voice and you can phonate about 2 octaves or even more in this register using your legato style, and you have consistent production, beautiful tone, dynamics, you've learned all those things while using your chest voice. Your vocal folds vibrate in their length and in their breadth. Both at the length and at the breadth of your vocal folds, it begins to vibrate. And one thing is that you need to know is that once that happens, you have a very rich chest voice. And note something, when you are ascending on notes in your chest register, there is an increase in tension of the muscles. There's an increase in the tension of your muscles. So I want to play my keyboard. I just want to say Baba, chest register, make sure you have an open throat. Make sure you have a relaxed jaw. That is why you often hear people who sing in chest register every time they are losing their voice. It's because they sing with closed throat space. They don't give that throat space. You should feel like there should be like a space that can even contain an egg at the back. Your jaw has to be relaxed. Your tongue has to be relaxed. And how you can know if someone is singing well in their chest voice is when you see them singing with a grand, rich, firm control and mastery of their tone. I just wanna say, Babylon, oh, I just wanna say, Babylon, Then we have the mixed voice. Mixed voice is sometimes called medium voice, okay? Medium register. It's not a register in itself, but it is the bridge between the head voice and the chest voice. It has a slighter degree of vibration in the chest, okay? You would hear people say chest mix dominant or head mix dominant. When they are talking about that, they mean that this kind of mixed voice, the one they say chest mixed, means that it has more of chest voice in it, but it's a mixed voice. And then when you have a head mix, that means it has more of head voice, okay? Now, but the bottom line about mixed voice is that it is mixed. It's like the two kinds of register mixed together. And one thing about the mixed voice is that it also vibrates in the vocal folds with the same length and breadth as the chest voice. Length and breadth of the chest voice. If you sing wrongly in this register, your pronunciation and tone will be greatly affected. The way you pronounce your sound, your tone will be greatly affected. So you need to make sure that you're singing rightly. When you have songs like "A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep." So let's say you sing wrongly and you're not using good techniques and you just do "A dream is a wish." People will not be able to hear what you're singing. So you see how singing wrongly in this register can affect your pronunciation. So you have to make sure you sing with all the right techniques that you know when you're singing in your mixed register. And one thing you need to know about, beautiful thing about mixed register, is that it's often used for commercial purposes. Most of the songs you see that has been released online, made viral, are all mixed sung with mixed voices, most of them. When singing with a mixed voice, there's a noticeable vibration in your mouth. The notes you sing seem connected to the size of your oral cavity. So it's as if that the notes you're singing depends on the way your mouth, the size of your mouth as you sing each note in the mixed voice. So the higher the notes, the more you will feel the vibration around your upper teeth. But if it is chest voice, the higher your note, the more you see the vibration in your chest, and that's where you now have belting. So for example, I do something like "I just wanna say, Baba, oh, I that is belting in my chest voice. But if I'm doing my mixed voice, it will be as if it's dependent on the size of my mouth. Shine. It's not head and it's not chest. It's like a mix. And the more I go higher in that my mixed voice, I would feel vibration around my upper teeth. Shine. I just wanna say, this is mixed. Babble and shine. Always sing in this register with an inside smile. Remember, you were taught inside smile in level 1 with your eye. Do as if you're surprised. I just wanna say. Raise your upper lips. Don't do it as if you are angry. I just wanna say. Make sure that the corners of your lips are flexible, not rigid. Your gum is made visible. People should be able to see your gum. Okay, we can see your upper teeth. I just wanna say. The space between your upper lips and teeth, lower lips pressed against your teeth. But in all, don't be rigid about this technique. In all, I just want you to be as natural as possible. If this is not giving you a natural smile, then just do what will bring out a natural smile, that inside smile. I just wanna say, Mama, and shine. I just want to say, Mama, and shine. That is the sweetest way you can use your mixed voice. When singing in your mixed voice, there's a noticeable vibration in the mouth. The notes you sing then seem connected to your oral cavity. So take note of that. You also have the head register. This is the higher part of your singing voice because most people feel the vibrations in their head. That's why they call it head voice. But when you understand how to use your head voice, it will help you to be able to freely sing high notes in any song at all. You can sing the high notes by the time you understand the head voice. Your head voice is made up of series of notes different from that of your chest and a mixed voice. Okay? And the vibratory pattern, like I said earlier, is also different. It's like flute-like a bird-like quality. You know how a flute sounds. You know how a bird sings. So when you're singing in your head voice, don't hold your throat as well. And you should make sure you're singing with good breath control. Don't force yourself to sing in your high register. If you feel pain when singing in the head voice, do the following. Just sing with a loose, open throat with good breath support. So I'm going to sing a normal hymn in my head voice. Abide with me. Now, lose your throat. Sing like you don't have this throat here. How will it be like? Abide with me. Then good breath support. Abide with me. Fast for safe time. Then one thing people make mistake about is that they focus They say, see this high note. I must go and learn this high note in this song. Rather work on, I want to learn how to sing high notes, and they will go to that high note in that song and be practicing that high note and say, I must learn it. They will go and sing. You go to your piano, and the only thing you'll be doing on your piano is you pressing this and be straining yourself, trying to hit that high note. No. What you do is strengthen the low notes in that register, and you see that those high notes will come up easily for you. So when you're singing upper notes, sing them in calmness, sing them in steadiness. Don't sing upper notes. Don't sing with those when you are getting to your head voice. Some people will be like, hey, everybody should know I'm singing head voice, and they will just start shouting, wah! You see a lot of veins everywhere in front of them because they're trying to sing high notes. No, it shouldn't be. You have to be relaxed and get into that high notes. If possible, smile through it. And do like nothing actually happened. Okay? Reserve the force when singing the high notes, rather than sing them with certainty and attack. So don't do like you will hurt your voice. Reserve that force that you want to use to hit it. And produce every note with unconscious freedom. Use dynamic, crescendo, diminuendo, messa di voce. You know what messa di voce is? You go gradually placing your voice, gradually loud, gradually soft. All right. Now we have the falsetto register. Falsetto register is found above the modal register and is overlapping it by an octave. And one of the features of a falsetto voice is that it sounds like a flute with few overtones in whole. Now, the falsetto voice is produced by the vibration of the ligamentous edges of the vocal folds, sometimes in whole, sometimes in part, while the modal voice has the vocal folds open in whole with the glottis at the bottom before the top. This is what I'm talking about now, is how the vibration happens when the falsetto is being done. The falsetto voice is the lightest sound in the male voice. Men can add a fast airflow and high resonance to make it controlled by the head voice, okay? So most schools of thought say that women don't have falsetto, that women use their head voice. In falsetto or head voice, the vocal folds are stretched and thinned out, resulting in a higher pitched sound. Women may use falsetto or head voice to sing high notes that are out of their normal range, okay? It's also used for stylistic purposes in various genres of music. Some people will tell you that women don't sing in falsetto, they use head voice, while men use falsetto. Whatever is their own, but what I'm trying to say is that women may use falsetto or head voice to sing high notes that are out of their normal range. You can use it as a stylistic purpose too, like pop, jazz, classical. You need to know that the exact definition of falsetto depends on the context that we're talking about and the vocal characteristics of the individual. That is why here at Gracida Media we will not say that, okay, it is strictly based that women cannot use falsetto. We will have to look at that individual. We'll have to look at you and say, can you actually do falsetto? Because in some cases, the term falsetto is used to describe a high-pitched sound that is produced by men and by women alike. While in some other cases, it is used more specifically to refer to male falsetto range. So regardless of terminology, both men and women can use falsetto or head voice as part of their singing technique. You can use falsetto to strengthen your head voice by singing in the falsetto before trying the head voice. Especially men, if they want to build their head voice, they can use falsetto technique. And how do you do that? You try and imitate a woman. You know you're a man and you sing already in bars. Just try and do like you're trying to speak like a woman. Oh, hi, hello, I am here at home. What are you trying to say? Hold that feeling. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? And then put it into your song. Abide with me first. You see, you've gotten into the high register. So you can use that if you're a man that has a low voice and you want to build your head voice. So you just use that to use your falsetto technique to get into it. Then we have the whistle register. The whistle register is the highest form of register. It's called the whistle register because the timbre of notes produced is similar to the upper notes of a flute or maybe a whistle. We all know how a whistle sounds. Now, to produce a whistle register, the vocal cords must be stretched and thinned out. You all know how your vocal cord is. That's why I tell people that you don't just hear someone sing something and feel you can imitate that person. Do you understand what is going on inside? Everybody wants to sing high notes. Everybody wants to sing whistle register. But do you know what actually happens inside that vocal fold? Do you know that your vocal folds will stretch and thin out? It will become as thin as ever, and it will create a narrow opening that will allow air to pass through quickly, and that will produce a very high-pitched sound that is often described as whistling or fluting. It will sound like something like this, and it is above the soprano range, and it can reach as high as the 7th octave. You see somebody singing in G7, singing in E7. I saw someone online who even finished the piano, and someone would hear it and say, I must start singing in whistle register. See, if you don't know how to sing in whistle register healthily, please, it's not a must. It's not a must to sing in whistle register. Though I know the tricks that would help you to get into whistle register healthily. But if you have not gotten a good grip of it, please don't go and destroy your voice, because in the process of you trying to thin out the vocal fold, you can even cut it and cause another problem. Which for it to be treated is another wahala. So assessing the whistle register needs a great deal of vocal control and technique. It's not something that can be easily learned or developed overnight. You have to have strong foundation in vocal technique. You have to be able to assess your head voice and your falsetto register before you try your whistle register. There's different exercises that you can use to develop your whistle register, like lip trills, siren, staccato, Like we'll pick a song now and we'll be doing oh 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 oh. Follow me. Oh 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 oh. Let's do it. Now I'm trying to get from the back inside. I've gotten my whistle register. But now someone will hear this and be like, hey, see the way she went that high. I want to sing it. I want to do it. I must do it. You go to the piano and start playing. You now can destroy your voice. You don't know the trick I used. Simple. Use a siren sound. Sirens help you too. Hit that sound as a siren. And then open up. Now these exercises will help to strengthen your vocal folds and improve your breath control, which is necessary for producing clear and controlled whistle register notes. Now, I want you to take note that whistle register can be quite challenging. Okay, the high pitch and piercing sound can be difficult to blend with other ranges and even with other instruments. So it can be overwhelming. It can be distracting if you overuse it. So use it sparingly and strategically in music. Don't just say, hey, I have learned whistle register, and you start singing the whole song. That's bad. Don't do that. Use it sparingly. Let it be like, abide with me, fast from Stephen. That would be more better. Like people say, I didn't see that high note coming. I didn't see that whistle note coming. Oh wow, she's so good. All those things. Overall, my dear, whistle register is unique, is impressive, and it needs a great deal of skill and practice for you to master. So it's not essential that you should learn it, but it can add an interesting and distinctive element to your vocal range and abilities. Okay, so do you understand what I just said?
Yes, I get the point now.
Thank you. So does any other person have any question again? Alright, so in the absence of no other question, thank you everybody for coming, and we'll see in the next class. Please